thinking about my career here, one of the things I guess I would say may have been most important was creating the work in progress. That has fundamentally changed the culture of the law school and has improved the scholarship of the faculty and has brought faculty members together in a way, not just if I'm writing an article, I will give it to my 3 or 4 colleagues who are interested in the same thing I'm interested in, but everyone gets a chance to see it and to comment on it. So I guess I would say that the single most important thing I'm most proud of is creating the work in progress. Had I not done that, this would not have been as exciting and energetic an institution as it is today. One other thing I did that I'm very proud of is creating what I have called the Constitutional Decision-Making Seminar. I created that the first year I joined the faculty. And the reason I did so was because, having been a law clerk, particularly at the Supreme Court, I realized that writing opinions was a whole lot more difficult than I may have thought it was. Because in class, the professors would challenge the reasoning of the opinions all the time. And that led me and others to think, well, these judges aren't really all that smart. But then when I was a law clerk, I realized writing opinions was a whole lot harder than I thought it would be. And so I wanted to give students the opportunity to share that experience. And so what I created in the seminar was a program in which students sign up in courts of 5. I do it on different topics each year. Usually I do it on equal protection because that works the best. Each week, the courts, all of them, get 3 cases, hypothetical cases, raising issues about the meaning of the Equal Protection Clause. They get 2 cases each week. They have to write majority, concurring, dissenting opinions in each of the 2 cases. They cannot rely upon or invoke any real Supreme Court doctrine. So they're starting from scratch with the first cases, but those become precedents for the subsequent cases. And over the course of the, typically it's 18 cases, they develop a very complex jurisprudence. And I think it gives them a terrific understanding of the reality of what it means to be a judge or a justice and the challenges that poses. And so I do think that's been a real contribution to the lives of many of the students who've taken it. And I'm teaching it now this quarter, again, for probably the 40th time. I loved the opportunity to be dean of the law school. The law school was in good shape at that point, so there were no crises that I had to deal with. But I managed to do a number of things that I think were very beneficial to the place. We created the second ever law student journal, the Legal Forum, at that time. I also created, when I was dean, the Midway Dinner, which is the dinner of second-year students every year across the Midway. And the reason for doing that was not only to mark that they were halfway through the law school career, but also to remind them that they were at a university and that they should not be focused exclusively at the law school, but they should be aware of all sorts of things at the rest of the university, not only courses, but also theater and music and the like. And so that was the main reason for it. I'm delighted that it's still going on. I was very happy to have been able to appoint some great faculty members. Elena Kagan was one of them. I brought Barack Obama here to the law school, and many other faculty members, some of whom are still here, like Randy Picker, others whom are all around the country in various different ways. Another major career moment for me was being chair of the committee that wrote the University of Chicago Free Speech Principles, which we did almost a decade now, and they've been adopted by well over 100 colleges and universities, and particularly critical today, given some of the issues that have occurred on campuses. And that was something that was very satisfying and beneficial. Another thing that was very important to me was President Obama asked me to serve on a national security committee after the Edward Snowden leaks of national security information with 4 other people. And I spent most of several months in DC working on a report that made a number of very strong recommendations, almost all of which have been adopted, about how to deal with issues of national security and freedom of expression and the like. So that was also a great moment in terms of my career.